Just waiting to see if I can see any comments. Hi Nora, my love to you as well. Please share, because Facebook are shadow banning me more and more each day. They're deleting people off my friends list, even my own friends. So I know it's all intentional and not people just deleting. Hi Diane, love to you. Thank you for joining me, especially on a day like today. So here I am at Shepiston Lane. Now the 25th of December 2018, I was outside those gates of hell, those gates on Whitehall at 10 Downing Street, because my son was murdered on the 26th of January 2018. So the 25th of December, as I just said, of 2018, I was outside Whitehall Gate, where I should have been spending time that day with my family and my son. On the 25th of December 2019, I was outside Alberton Police Station. That's where I was. And I went there with lovely friends, Paul and Glenda, to project an image. Hopefully it was to project an image on their building. We couldn't do it because they had too many lights, and it was to inform them that we was doing a public investigation into the murders of my son and his two friends. We have been fighting since 4 days in from the murders of our boys, because the media and the police never told this country, the people of this country, the truth of what happened to our boys. And our boys are not an isolated case. Now, I'm going to give you another detail tonight, and that's why I've come here, into the murders of our boys. Now, that night, our boys' case was gold-paged. We have the evidence of it, which meant from the moment it happened and the first lot of calls going in to 999, they were then diverted to another control centre. That night, they never used the golden hour to preserve life. They changed it to strategic. The liaison officer on the Monday told us that our boys, all three boys, died instantly. That was never the case, as I've told you before. Josh and George did not die instantly. Their times of death are 9:13 and 9:14. Another big lie that they told us, because their aim was not to preserve life. It was to come here and cover up what had happened. Now, when I've done a live feed before, I have informed you of a letter that's here. You can see the House of Commons on it. A letter that was written by Nick Hurd and sent to the Attorney General on the 1st of August 2019 with 4 points for a retrial. To date, that letter has never ever been responded to, which I informed you of already. Now, I have read the first 3 points, and I'm now going to tell you the 4th point that is on this letter for a retrial, and then I'm going to show you something. So one of the points was that the original witness statements were never produced to the court. What was produced to the court was retyped up versions of some of those witness statements. Police retyped versions. One of the other retrial points was the stills from the CCTV had fake timestamps. Another one is the CCTV that was produced to the court but never shown has been doctored. as well as the time and date taken out of it, and it's been indoctored in a very big way. And the other one of the main ones, which throws this whole case out from the original trial, is that the police used one witness for everything. One witness for everything. One witness for the Old Bailey. His name was all over the police statements. One witness' name is in the collision report. His name is all over it. In the appeal courts, the same witness, his name was all over it. His name is Horace Miller. He was never here. The witness they used for everything was never here. His statements do not match the scene on the CCTV, and we have near enough every witness that we have spoken to never saw him at the scene. On top of that, the car that they said he was driving, a Ford Fiesta Finesse that they said Chudasama overtook. There was never a Ford Fiesta Finesse here. It is not in the CCTV. Everything we have been fighting for and informing you of. Come March next year, it will be 3 years since I've been out here, trying to inform you all of what they did. And now I'm going to show you something else, which is a link between that same witness and the Home Office pathologist that did the autopsy on our boys. The witness statements were taken, retyped up in the police's version, which is proved from the witnesses themselves.
I think sometimes it is not uncommon for handwritten statements to be typed up later for court.
Aren't you meant to retype them up in that person's word and then get them to sign that, to say that's what they said? Because not one of these statements have signatures. Right, okay.
But there could be a procedural reason for that.
No, there's no reason. You have to have it signed. You know it, I know it.
So are you saying there's discrepancies?
There's loads of discrepancies.
Are you saying there's discrepancies between the statements?
Retype versions,
the retype,
yeah,
but what sort of discrepancies?
As I said to you just now, I can't answer everything they put in their own statements, but it's been confirmed by many of them that that's not what they said. Or just one person.
So have you re-interviewed the witnesses?
Not re-interviewed, no, I don't re-interview, I don't interview. But we talk, and we've had investigators out there.
See, it's just with the witnesses, then that is quite often the case here, is that we will take handwritten statements, and then they're brought back for typing, and then they just go into the system.
What, unsigned, not checked whether that person said that?
They're checked by the officers to see that it's correct, but the original statement remains the original statement. What they actually write and sign.
You can tell even with the young statements that they're not words they would use. Yeah, they're coppers' words. They're not words that these children would use. Yeah, and it's also been confirmed that that's not what was said. You know, you don't have a child after seeing something so horrific start talking about how the road conditions are, how the lighting is, and all this type of thing.
But they might not talk about it, but because the officers will want to know those sorts of things, because they know that's important for a statement, they will often say, what was the street lighting like? What was this like?
That's not how it went, Jenny. Stop trying to get out of it.
I'm not trying, I'm just saying, I'm just telling you how we...
I can see what's happening here.
There's no point in interviewing them if you're going to change what they're saying, is there?
It's not about changing what they're saying. What I'm telling you...
But you're not interested in their statements, because all that was brought along was one Horace Miller. You're interested in his statement alone, no one else's. Why is that then?
Why was he the only witness used for everything?
The only one.
On the collision report, in the appeal call, in the Old Bailey. Why
No
was only
one
his?
saw him. He wasn't there.
Horace Miller and the Home Office pathologist, there is a link.
What sort of link is there?
So they both had businesses, yeah, with the same director.
How do you mean, sorry? So they're in business together?
No, I didn't say that.
But they've had businesses with the same director?
They have the same director in their businesses, which is evidence and can be proved.
But how does that link the two of them?
Colin, come on. I've just informed you that Horace Miller, the witness, the Met Police used, who was driving a Ford Fiesta Finesse, which was never the car that was overtaken in the first place, right? Has a link with the Home Office pathology.
Okay.
They both have a company, and they both had started off with the same director. Right. And that's all I need to tell you, because that's enough in itself. But the Ford Fiesta Finesse was never there. That is mentioned in goodness knows countless statements from your police officers, because that's what they're acting under, was never there. And Horace Miller's statements, both of them, the one in March and the one made on the 26th, do not match up to the scene at all. And the person driving, who they did overtake, drove off.
Josh, George, Harry, justice for the free. I just don't think you understand. We're gonna make some noise. They took away our boys. Now we're gonna shame the police. Josh, George, Harry, justice for the free. I just don't think you understand. We're gonna make some noise. They took away our boys. Now we're gonna shame the police. Josh, George, Harry, justice for the free. I just don't think you understand. We're gonna make some noise. They took away our boys. Now we're gonna shame the police. Josh, George, Harry, justice for the free. I just don't think you understand. We're gonna make some noise. They took away our boys. Now we're gonna shame the police. Josh, George, Harry, justice for the free. I just don't think you understand.
Thank you, everyone, for joining and supporting like you have done since that day that I went to Speaker's Corner on the 18th of March 2018. There was snow on the floor. It was freezing cold, just like it is tonight. 6 days after the Catford meeting last year, when we informed them that we knew about these dodgy companies between Horace Miller, their fake witness, and the Home Office pathologists that butchered our children afterwards. Once we told them we knew the link, they deleted the company of Horace Miller's off company's house within 6 days. But of course, we took all the evidence, and so did others. Everyone else, many others who we trust, have what we have. And there's a lot more to come, people. And bear in mind that our boys are not an isolated case. And this is what they don't want you to know. And this is why they do what they do. Change has to come, people, because this is going on all the time. They don't care about the abuse of the children in this country, and they don't care about the murders of this country. We was born to stand as a nation, and we was born to stand alone. Without fear, determination, and always stand in honour. And I have many people say to me, Tracy, how do you not cave in? How do you not crumble? And I tell them the same thing every time. I will never show my enemy and these corrupt lot that did this to our boys my tears. They are not entitled to see my tears. I've come and lit the candles for the boys today and come to show you just some more of the stuff that these people, they think they can get away with it and think it's okay to do what they did. Justice, security and freedom must prosper together, people. It all comes together. And as I said, I want to thank you all for supporting us, supporting our boys, those of you that has followed fighting for justice for all this time and still continue to do that. And I want to thank you for sharing this video today and coming on this live today and me showing you a bit more of the truth. And take care, everyone. And as I said and always say when I end my videos, I will be back on again soon. Take care, everyone.